Yo, what's up, dudes? It's onepumpwillie, and today I'm bringing you a video on how to counter the new Onryo. She was just recently reworked, and I've heard a couple of concerns that she might be too strong, but I'm going to demonstrate that she's not, and you just need to understand how to counter her. Now, I vaulted that twice. She isn't going to get the hit. When she's demanifested, chase is not initiated, meaning I was trying to maximize my window vaults there. And that's okay that we get hit there because we have resilience. We're able to middle vault this. We have made for this. So we also have access to Dead Hard in the future for when we're injured. And we're doing a really good job baiting her into chase right now. Greeting the pallet as much as possible. I have enough time to get that mid vault. And every single second that she's in chase here, I'm preventing my team from having Condemn being built on them, even if they don't have a tape. So you can bait Onryo into a chase. We get a nice little pallet stun there. I'm kind of in a dead zone. If I continue to run there, she would be able to cut me off, so that's why I hesitate there to make her go back around, which gives me enough distance to make it to this LT. Therefore, she takes the option to teleport, and that builds Condemn on everyone except for Nick, who has picked up a tape here. Picking up a tape is early game is an extremely important, and that's what I would have done. Oh, she is demanifested right here. I dropped the pallet, vaulted with resilience, but unfortunately we don't get the stun with the new change, and she was pushed to the same side of the pallet. That was a good play from her, and I could have probably played that a little better in hindsight. That is going to be the first hook of the game, and it looks like we're also going to have a gen popping here for that chase. So that was a pretty good exchange for our team. We get a gen for one hook, and also the Condemn on our team is relatively low, although she has teleported twice at this point. Jill and Nia don't have a tape. And there are 3 different tiers of Condemn: low, medium, and high, and your actions are going to be different based on what tier of Condemn that you're in. If you're low tier, like Nick Cage, you're going to want to hold on to the tape and just hold on to it and hold on to it and greed and greed and greed. Your actions change based on what tier you're in. No, he did just put away his tape, which disables this TV from being teleported to, which is not the worst option, but now she's going to be able to teleport like she just teleports, and he's having Condemn built on him. You no longer gain a stack of Condemn when you pick up a tape. Also, the TV interaction for picking up a tape, which we're going through right here, is literally just 1.5 seconds. It's a very quick interaction, so there's not a reason to not hold the tape, especially when you're low Condemn. It will basically shield you from TP Condemn, and your actions will change accordingly based on what happens throughout the match. If she injures you and destroys that tape, then you're going to go get another, because you'll be near to medium Condemn, and you'll want to relieve that Condemn. Same goes for if you're high Condemn. You just need to be a lot more careful, and you need to play your position and make sure that she's not catching you out. The cool thing is that she can only teleport every 10 seconds, and so if you're worried about doing a tape run, if you're worried about going up to a TV and she'll just pop out of it, which she does have that potential to do, you can listen for her teleporting, and once she teleports, if she is not teleporting to the TV that you have eyes on, like let's say you're at Shack, you're in a safe position, you can see the TV, you hear her TP, and it's not at that TV, then you know, because her power is on cooldown, that you can go and safely pick up that tape, and there's no chance that she'll be able to interrupt it. Now, Jill here has not picked up a tape. She's been TPing all game, and Jill is in danger, great danger of being moried here, of being Condemned moried here. So I go pick up another tape after depositing mine, I believe, and here we are, just healing. I have picked up the tape. She does have ring drawing, so we get a stack, but that's okay. We're still in the low Condemn category. Oh yeah, this is New Thompson House, so that's a breakable door, and usually there's a window there. Okay. I guess I'm gonna have to go around this way if I want to go for the unhook or work on a gen here. Our gen pressure has been lacking. She has a couple of gens regressing. She has a lot of downs, unfortunately. That first gen for that first chase is all we have. I am going to insert my tape here because she's hooking the other person. I don't want her to teleport over here, and my Condemn's really low, so even if she gets 1 TP off here, I'm really fine. She's not really going to be able to build mass Condemn. Although Jill is in danger, and I'm trying to point out that this TV is up, and Jill is in dangerous threat of being killed here. Luckily, she wants to go for me. I see that TP and we're just going to avoid it, get as much distance as possible. And that TP also puts Jill over the top and gives her the red ring. So unfortunately, Jill just hasn't been managing her Condemn. She hasn't touched a tape the entire game. And that's why she's dead. You just gotta pick up a tape. It's so very, very important. And again, at the beginning of the match, we were being chased. I would have picked up a tape, but she was chasing us, so I couldn't. So I was the one target in chase. I did not have the opportunity to pick up a tape, whereas Nick did, and he did pick up a tape. Nia and Jill did have opportunity to pick up a tape, being the fact that there are TVs next to every single gen. There's one TV per gen, so there's 7 TVs on the map, 7 gens on the map. So Jill could have picked up the tape and also denied Onryo's map mobility to that gen if she did decide to drop the chase on me. So yeah, Jill just didn't pick up a tape the entire match, and Nia hasn't picked one up either. She's injured here. Being medium Condemn is kind of concerning. So here I'm just going to relieve my Condemn. I see that there's 2 TVs nearby. If I want to go get another tape in a second here, I should have more than availability to. Jill being in chase, or sorry, Nia being in chase. I'm not really worried about having high Condemn right here. She is the one that needs to worry about having high Condemn. Although an argument can be made that I could have held on to the tape there to prevent any further TP Condemn from being built up. Although my Condemn is low enough that this gen is also about to pop, I would rather just continue to keep this TV offline. You can deposit a tape into an offline TV and to further punish her and restrict her map mobility. So we're able to get that gen done, which is great. And she didn't hook this person, who is Death Hook. So this is kind of fortunate. And also ring drawing doesn't work on down survivors anymore, so it's not as efficient to try and get ring drawing value with slug survivors anymore. I was trying to mention to her that this TV was online and she desperately needed a tape here. Now she is still in the threat of being killed. It looks like there's deadlock because this gen was blocked by the entity. I'm going for a tape here. I am now medium Condemn. Nick is pretty high Condemn. Nia is definitely high Condemn. Oh, she prevents me from putting up this tape, but I don't think she necessarily caught on to where I ran to. It is pretty disorienting coming out of a TV. You can only have your camera be facing in the forward direction. You are locked in that camera angle position as you're crawling out through the duration of the animation. So I guess she didn't notice which direction I went, which is pretty fortunate, because if she injured me, then she would have built 2 stacks of Condemn. Nice. We put away the tape. I am reset Condemn. Unfortunately, Nia has been moried here. So it's kind of looking dire. I need to get another tape to prevent myself from hitting middle tier of Condemn again. We need to stay low Condemn. Oh, looks like she's going to be on me. Yeah, I was going to get hit at that window anyways. We need to listen to sound cues of her lullaby, terror radius, and the TPs to try and gain information to where she is, because she can be kind of confusing and cause a lot of chaos with her teleports. So sound cues are very important. Nice. I haven't been in this main building, but it kind of feels good just for W King and looping around. Although she is catching up, I'm gonna need to use the resource here. We'll just go ahead and pre-drop that since she's been manifested. I don't want her to pull off anything like she did at the beginning of the match. And we'll try and recycle this window as much as we can. I do have Dead Hard in my back pocket if I need it. Nice. She thought that I was going to vault or something there. Nice. Big swing. Okay, that's 2 vaults on that window in chase. Fake it. She falls for it. Nice. We're buying a decent chunk of time for our teammate to... Oh, boy. That was pretty close. That was pretty close to being a hit. Uh-oh, I have to dead hard now. Let's see, what do we have to work with? Isn't there a paladin here? Nice, he got the gen done. Oh, uh-oh. Nice, let's go. Big stun. Is she on us? Did she drop us? Awesome. Pick up the tape, prevent TP, condemn, mend safely, reset here. I do have an emergency med kit I could use. Looks like Nick started on the last gen. This is winnable. This 1v2 is winnable. Imagine if Jill or Nia had picked up a single tape at the beginning of the game. They would have negated roughly a very, very large chunk of their condemn. Roughly, I don't know, 3-4 stacks potentially. That's half. That's 50%. It would have definitely extended their time. I'm walking here to try and get my exhaustion back. I'm just gonna turn that off so I can make sure that she's not gonna be able to sneak up on me with a teleport. The gens are completed in this area. He's working on a gen on the other side of the map. So the only way that I can get caught out and punished here is if I'm not paying attention to the lullaby or her terror radius. She doesn't have any rickety pinwheel, which makes TVs cause the oblivious status effect. And even if she did, I turned off that TV. 8 seconds after the TV is off, she will not have access to no terror radius, which is the green tier add-on for rickety pinwheel. Cool, so we're able to complete our heal safely there, having her map mobility turned off and healing in an area of the map where there's no gens remaining. I'm gonna pick up another tape here. Very, very quick interaction. And then we're gonna stealth around the backside of this, going for the unhook. Come on, Nick, hang in there. We got this, dude. Uh-oh, she crawls out right there. Luckily, the tape in our hand prevents us from being condemned with that TP, however. Let's see what gen Nick was working on. Was it this one? It was, but she's here to defend it. I'm probably gonna get hit for that. I'm being punished. Now that the map resources are low, there's no cow tree pallet, and I'm just gonna try and make as much distance away from that gen to give him an opportunity to go back to it. We have our tape destroyed here. She builds 2 stacks of condemn. I don't know what I have else to loop with. I dropped this pallet in the middle earlier. Oh good, she's not on me. I can get another tape. Oh boy, she came back. That was a big mistake. That was a big mistake from me. Luckily, even having 2 tapes destroyed back to back, because we have been managing our condemn rather well this entire match, we are just half a stack away from being Mori tier. So she's going to opt for the hook option, and he is able to get the gen done, but goes down. Oh, so close, so close. If only I didn't go for that TV right there. If only I didn't go for that TV right there and was able to extend the chase, perhaps reposition myself in an area of the map that had more resources. That main building pallet had already been used. I was injured. I had enough charges in my medkit to get another heal off. I could have played it a little bit safer and more accurately. GG though. That was a really fun game. We had some good chases with her. It's always fun looping an M1 killer, and I do find her counter to be highly interactive. You don't have to sit and work on a gen constantly for just, you know, I mean, maybe you like sitting on a gen. I like lots of different interactions personally. I like taking chase. I like picking up a tape here, getting a heal off there, managing the TVs, maybe turn off a TV here. There's just a lot of different interactions that's going on, and it's not just one person that's being chased the whole match. It's not just one person that's working on a gen the whole match. The counterplay is readily available, and you don't necessarily, you know, need to be cracked out of your mind to understand that you kind of want to hold on to a tape and just loop her as best as you can and buy your team as much time. And the more time you buy your team when you have a tape in your hand, it really is a huge carry factor. It really is a huge carry factor. because she's going to want to injure you to get that tape out. So if you're in a good position and she sees you with that tape, you can bait her into a chase. Even if your teammates don't have a tape in their hand, there is somewhat of a carry factor because she chases you, and the longer she chases you, the less she's teleporting across the map, the less she's building Condemn and pressuring the other teammates. And so she's going to be confronted with a tough decision, especially if that chase goes on for too long. She might have to drop the target and try and find pressure elsewhere. Well, that is the first video on how to counter the new Onryo. This was my first game against the new Onryo because I queued up. I don't know if people are dodging me or what, but I queued up all day yesterday trying to find an Onryo, and this was the only one I could find. I think I maybe went against like 2 more after this game. And thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.